Hi, this is Brandon Smiley from thirstgym.com. Today we're going to talk about an exercise called the Pendlay Row. This is a bent over row variation that works on using a dead stop in the bottom, and then we have to contract really hard to row, return to the bottom, and have that isometric dead stop in the bottom like I mentioned. What I really like about this is it's great at help bringing up the deadlift, specifically the back for the deadlift. It also helps work on some positions. You're going to have to limit your weights a little bit because of the dead stop in the bottom and being actually truly bent over. I think overall it's a better exercise than the bent over row. Everything being said, there's nothing wrong with the bent over row, but I just think the Pendlay Row reinforces good positioning and a good exercise execution on top of giving you what you want if you happen to be working on your back strength, and particularly for the deadlift. So we're basically just going to take a regular conventional stance like our deadlift. We're going to hinge back as hard as we can, chest stays tall. We're going to try to keep our back flat and neutral, and after I grab the bar, we're going to maintain that position throughout the entire movement. So ideally you want 45-pound plates. If you happen to not be strong enough to do 45-pound plates, bumper plates are highly encouraged, and if you don't have bumper plates, you can use 25. Just know your range of motion is going to be more, so you may want to use some stall mats or blocks to help bring up the weights just a little bit. So this is definitely a good beginning spot to be. Otherwise, like I said, use bumper plates if you have access to them. So chest tall, reach down. It's going to be like our bent over row. If you've done a bent over row, same thing, just we're going to be a lot more bent over, almost perpendicular to the floor. Back. Once I'm in position, I'm going to maintain this position, so I really want to push my hips back. You're going to feel a big hamstring stretch, totally normal. Grab, we're going to row explosively, and then back down. So here, row, down, row, down, row, down. So the common issues that we see is when people go to do this, they put too much weight on, and then they start to actually heave to get the portion of the row finished because they don't have the strength to finish it with their back in that position. So a bad rep looks something like this. Keep that back good and flat, hips back, really pull the elbows. Bar should be hitting belly button area, give or take. Pull hard and really try to accelerate through. That dead stop's really going to work on that contraction and pull, and then back down. So I think on this, sets of 8 to 10 are great. Being bent over too long just starts to take it out of you. You can even try some 6s if you really wanted to. It's a great exercise to put in towards after all your main pulling stuff is done. My biggest thing I would say is be considerate how much pulling you have done. If you've done tons of sets of deadlifts or supplemental work already help your deadlift, maybe put this on a different day because you're in that compromised position already. And if you've done a lot of low back, bent over work, the last thing you want to do is put yourself in that vulnerable position in a fatigued state. So you don't have to be fresh, but I say if you've done 2 or 3 sets of deadlifts and you're ready to move on, jump into this while you're fresh, mobile, and feel good to go, knock it out, and then move on with the rest of your accessory work for your deadlift. 3 to 4 sets works great. The other nice thing is you can also put this on an upper body day and use that back pulling volume to help with your bench press. And then you could also, probably be fresh on the low back side of things if that's where you also want to play it. So you're getting something that's going to help your deadlift and your bench press on a day that you're more fresh, and maybe you'll be able to use more weight. So if you got any questions, leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.